Application, JK Food Group LLC, doing business as Little Dumpy. Jamie Bissonette, manager, has applied to transfer the all alcoholic beverages restaurant license currently held by Kun Young Inc., doing business as Takamura Young Ja Kim, manager at 18 Elliott Street. The applicant is applying for a change of location from 18 Elliott Street to 505 Mass Ave and an alteration of license premise description. The proposed hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday and 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday and the night before a legal holiday.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, Karen Samayo, McDermott, Clinton, Miller. To my left, I have Mr. Jamie Bissonette, who is the proposed manager of record, as well as one of the shareholders of the proposed licensing entity. If I may, just by way of background and introduction to Mr. Bissonette, Mr. Bissonette and his business partner, Ken Oranger, may be known to members of the board. They have extensive experience in running very successful restaurants. These are award-winning chefs and restaurateurs and are excited to open their first location in Cambridge. By way of reference, they are the operators of Toro in the South End in Boston, as well as Copa and also Clio, all currently in Boston. They've opened a location in New York and were actually approached by the landlord of the 505 Mass Ave property because that landlord was looking for a very specific restaurant team to come in and operate the location there. I'm sure the board is familiar with the address. 505 Mass Ave is new construction. There will be multiple offices in the building, above the building. It's part of some redevelopment going on in that area.
So is there a kitchen in there?
Currently not. It's under construction. It's whole new construction. It's entirely new construction. So there will be by the time they're done construction, but today there is not a kitchen there. And so the floor plan that was submitted as part of the application is the end game, once the construction is done, what that location will look like in terms of the restaurant operation. But of course, all of that development going on in the area lends itself to this idea of transferring this license to this location to meet a growing public need for restaurant service there. And I think that's also reflected in the proposed hours of operation. The landlord felt very strongly in its correspondence with the community that breakfast, lunch, and dinner was a requirement for this location. And so that is reflected both in the lease, the actual lease for the property, and this application today that's before you. There will be food served up until last order to be placed 30 minutes prior to closing. So this is certainly a full service food concept. There are, of course, different menus for breakfast and lunch and dinner. And from 11 p.m. until 30 minutes prior to closing, there will also be a specific sort of post-dinner menu available, which is still very comprehensive and meaningful options, just not as extensive as the dinner option at that hour of night.
And I believe you've submitted the menus.
That's correct. Mr. Bissonette, again, has extensive experience in being involved in the management of locations, both with food service and alcohol service. And so this being really his baby, pushing forward this Cambridge location, he will be the point person at 505 Mass Ave for the proposed location.
So you qualified the applicant's experience as this being the first restaurant in Cambridge. I mean, you have restaurant operations at other places?
He is, this is the first operation where he will hold a 50% ownership interest. However, he has been working with Mr. Oranger since how many years has it been now?
1999.
Since 1999. So has really been Mr. Oranger's counterpart because to say right hand isn't giving him enough credit, I think. So counterpart in all of these restaurant operations. But this is the first one that there's a vested ownership interest versus a management role.
And do you know what's happening at 18 Elliott Street, where the license is being transferred from?
I do not know. I do not have that information. I believe that they're closed, but I
Yeah,
simply know.
I don't know what's going on in that space.
Are there any members of the public who would like to be heard on this matter? None? Anything from the executive director?
Backgrounds are fine, paperwork is all set.
I make a motion to approve the application as submitted for JK Food Group LLC doing business as Little Donkey.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. Have a good evening.